Go. Hello. Welcome to the Metal Gear Solid 1 Easy PC race between hau5test and NickRPGreen. If you
You
guys
did
want
not
to
listen
introduce
to
yourself.
me at all. This is my
What?
job to introduce the runners.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mario.
We're already starting off with a great moment. I love it. Clip that, put
I
that on
got far
YouTube.
too excited then, and I'm sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, but like Bruschetta already mentioned, this will be a Metal Gear Solid 1 all bosses easy race between hau5test and NickRPGreen. So, yeah.
And yeah, I'll be commentating along with Mayo. I'll hopefully give you a little bit of insight, maybe some jokes. We'll see how things go. But yeah, good luck to both House and Nick right now. Are both of you ready?
Ready to
I'm
go.
ready.
Hopefully everyone in chat's ready. I'll count you guys down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck to both of
Woo!
you.
Yes. Good luck, guys. So there's some differences between the PC version and the console. The biggest one is you can skip codec cutscenes straight off the bat by pressing start. It's a godsend. If you ever meet a console runner, they have mashed so hard with their fingers. Try PC run, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now we'll see both our runners. They're going to run around the docks. They've pretty much got 2 minutes and 5 seconds before the elevator comes. So they're going to try and accrue a couple of alerts. To help things a little bit later in the run, we'll explain that as the time comes.
Yeah, but it will be a long time until that comes, like at the end of
Yes.
the run.
Exactly. Yeah, right at the end. It's great timing. But yeah, they're going to try and want to aim for at least 5, maybe 6 alerts. They will have to wait for the evasion screen to go as well, or else that alert doesn't count. But yeah, like I said, 2 minutes 5 seconds down here. It's House taking a shot. Doesn't really matter. On easy, you can take a good number of shots before things go too south. I guess they do have rations, so nothing to worry about. You see this guard, you can kind of lure him around.
He's not the
pretty bad at his
smartest.
job. No, I question why they hired this guard.
Like, this is for a lot of guards, to be fair. Like, for a lot, not just in Metal Gear Solid 1, also in following
Yeah.
games.
You're right. They are of questionable intelligence. They're supposed to be genome soldiers. They're supposed to have like super senses, and
Exactly.
yeah, they do not. But fair
Spoiler,
enough.
they don't.
Yes, big spoiler. They don't. Okay, so both our runners picking up the nice little ration there. If you didn't know it was there, it is. And they're just going to wait for the elevator to
What
come
is
here.
wrong with Haas's legs there? He just leaned against the wall that looked like jelly legs.
Having a good warm up there. So what's going to happen here is they're going to try and want to lure this guard by knocking on the wall and then running to the opposite side of the elevator to quickly get in the elevator as it on basically the first frame that they can. You see them frantically knocking there to get his attention. House is trying to
didn't
get
work.
the alert. Yeah, sometimes you can punch him or turn around and you get the extra alert, but the elevator will still go up. Sometimes it doesn't happen.
You didn't seriously go for
Sadly,
that alert.
Of course.
Sadly, we had to skip the iconic cutscene.
Oh
And
yes, of
more
course,
alerts!
Yes. Again, you want to farm all your alerts here. So both of them are going to try and make their way to the bottom shaft here. You can go to the top, but it is quicker to go to the bottom. Both of them perfectly executed there. It's very easy to get shot by those guards, and it doesn't waste a lot of time, but there's a high-level runners here. They do not mess about. Obviously a quick call from Master Miller there. He'll tell you that these are Alaskan field mice, not rats. Big distinction there.
Yeah, very important.
Yes.
Very, very important. You'll also see that both of them have picked up the shaft grenade in the middle of the helipad. It's pretty pivotal. In this game, you run faster with a weapon equipped. So you're going to see our runners have weapons equipped almost wholly throughout the run. There's only one instance where I kind of think they don't. The other big thing about the PC version that I haven't mentioned yet is you have weapon hotkeys. So instead of pressing R2 to equip weapons, they're just going to hit the number keys on the keyboard to quick equip a weapon. This will come into play a little bit later as well. both of our runners, distracting the guard there, and then make their way down to B1, where we can find the DARPA chief. Yeah, if you don't remember the story beats of this game, basically you've got to go find the DARPA chief, stop the nuclear launch of, see if the terrorists have the ability to launch a nuclear weapon and stop them. Spoiler alert, they do have the capacity to launch a nuclear weapon, but we'll get to that a little bit later.
It's still like 1 hour ahead of us. We don't
Yeah.
think that far.
No, speedrunners, they think in 30-second increments.
Yes.
From what I believe. Okay.
Not wrong.
Yeah, no, there's a small bit of thing here. If you mash the action button, which is the circle button, instead of looking down here, it will trigger the cutscene. If you didn't know that, you can save yourself a little bit of time, just if you're casually running this at home. Or perhaps if you are speedrunning this and you didn't know that, yeah, just mash circle and you don't have to look down.
Whoa, you can casually run this game?
Well, I've heard. I haven't seen, but it's a thing apparently.
This is news to
I
me.
mean,
You say this as cutscenes. What the hell?
You can call my first speedrun of MGS2 a casual speedrun, I guess. So you can casually run games, I guess.
Yes,
Fair enough.
you can casually run games, enjoy them. Okay, so we'll start the guard rush here. You'll see that Nick has positioned himself in the perfect position there to miss getting shot. So is House. Of course, it's difficult to not get shot.
Infinite
and Farrell
ammo.
well. Yes, Farrell gunning down.
She's
those
wearing the
guards.
bandana there.
She is wearing the bandana. So you see both our runners will assume the same position. This is sort of optimal to just... Well, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. These poor guards don't really have a chance, unfortunately. They all rush in. After seeing their friends get gunned down, they don't seem to adjust their strategy. So both our runners here will stand right there, collecting the ammo as they go. Technically, this isn't the first boss. We'll see the first boss coming up next. Yeah, well done to both our runners there. A very clean guard encounter. There's some tension as to what we call this in the Metal Gear speedrunning community. I go for guard encounter. I don't know if you guys agree with that or not.
Guard
I'm going for guard rush.
Discord.
I'm going
guard
for
rush.
guard rush.
Yeah, guard rush is another.
Yeah, I
right.
started with MGS2, so
yeah.
all these encounters are guard rushes for me.
Yes. So both of our runners making their way down to B2, picking up some C4, and it looks like both of them opted to pick up the grenades early. So you might know about this fight. If you don't speedrun this, you'll know that you can kill Ocelot with SOCOM. However, what you may not know is that you can kill him with some well-placed grenades. And when I say well-placed, I mean it is very easy to mess this up. So we'll see how our runners do. Yeah. Oh no!
Oh no!
Ah,
There
It's
comes
okay,
first-
Nick. It's
You
very
commentator cursed it. That's
Yeah, I
the
did, I'm
commentator's
sorry.
curse.
hard. I jinxed it. The old commentator curse strikes again. House managed to get those off. It looks like Nick's going to go for another run. Yeah, if you do not get the grenades perfectly, it will blow up Baker. Despite him dying
Come on.
anyway.
You can do it.
Yes, Nick's going for it.
no.
Oh no!
Oh,
It's
no.
okay, Nick. It's okay.
Nick, you got this.
It's okay.
You have got this.
Fine.
House is going to flip this guard, which is slightly faster, and make his way back to numero uno here. In this point, if you were running this game casually, or playing this game casually, sorry, you would call Meryl, wait around for a bit, maybe grab yourself a nice coffee. Speedrunners, however, do not have the time for this.
That's better.
Well done, Nick. Well done, mate.
Third time lucky.
So you'll see House here is going to go out of bounds through the vent. You can only do this if you are Solid Snake.
That's pretty sus,
worth
if you
mentioning.
ask me.
It is very sus going
Very
through
sus.
vents.
Just going through the vents is pretty sus, guys.
Yeah, so Nick is going to make his way to the first floor as well. There's a route here to avoid the mines. It seems House has got that route perfectly. So what he's going to do here is he's going to throw a shaft grenade and crouch down at a specific point. There you go. And now he's going to bait the shots of this tank and throw another well-placed grenade, seems to be the story of today, into the pilot hole. It's like the cockpit area of the tank. Kill the first guard with the first grenade and get into the position where it's just right for him to get this second grenade.
Please. Yeah, okay.
Yes, and he gets it.
Really nice tank.
I waited with. Oh, I was nervous for you there, House.
Yes.
I couldn't quite
same.
turn around there. You want to be like 45-degree angle?
Yes, it's
Still
a
ended.
funny angle. We'll see Nick about to do this the tank battle as well. He's going to do the same technique, I believe. Throw the shaft grenade. The shaft grenade basically prevents the tank shells being shot. So he gets that first one off. It hits the sort of mound in the tundra. You no longer shoot any more missiles at you. Nick gets it straight in there. Get a very satisfying noise when the grenade goes into the cockpit.
Definitely satisfying.
And you see,
See how
Nick
you
goes.
like this.
See you like this. Nick goes into first person to perfectly line that up. I managed to get the shaft grenades at least. Well done, Nick. And
Good job.
House is going to go and pick up the Nikita now because he's going to have to get rid of some electric flooring, which is not up to health and safety codes, I've been told. However, Shadow Moses may be outside of USHA regulations, so House is going to have to destroy that electric flooring. Nick also making his way.
Go for the diagonal one. Let's see if it works.
Oh, okay. The diagonal is a bit risky, but speedrunners are all about saving that time. So let's go. House did a nice little save here. There's a thing called swimming in this game. It has various different names as well. You can rapidly switch between weapons. Let's say stun grenade and shaft grenade, and you can basically keep running as a cutscene starts. Well done, House.
That was too close.
Yes.
You can get through there and only go right then to save a few frames, but that didn't want to go there.
Well done. Yeah, we'll see another illustration of this the swim technique right now, where you would stop in place to listen, but House ain't got time to listen. He's going to keep going through that door. Okay, it looks like Nick gets that perfect swim as well, and we'll see how Nick's Nikita is. Of course, it's going to be good. Yeah. And it looks like House has encountered guards that have all been mercilessly slaughtered.
What happened here?
What happened here? Another illustration of the swim glitch. The swim glitch happens so fast. There's so many instances right here. But it looks like House is about to start the ninja fight. Nick destroyed the electric flooring. He's going to go straight into Ninja's lair, I guess. Because there are a couple of things in this fight here. If he jumps to the server room there, that's technically bad RNG. It doesn't waste a lot of time, but it's not the fastest fight you want. So what both our runners are going to do, basically, is they're going to PPK, or punch kick the ninja here until he gets to the second phase. They don't want to go, they don't want ninja to go too far. If the ninja sees that our runner has a weapon in their hand, he will run away, basically, because, you know, we trust our life with a weapon anyway. House having a very good stage here. Nick just starting to fight. See, this is an illustration of good RNG. You see the ninja has jumped right towards the computers instead of the server room. Okay, so House has started the second phase, the hide and seek phase we call it, where he can hide in, I believe it's 6 different spots, and that's pretty good RNG. You want the ninja to land fairly close to the middle. The further each side they go, that's really good RNG.
That's so lucky right now.
Almost perfect.
Yeah, and you see that House used the swim glitch there to sort of get himself in the perfect position to start wailing on the ninja for the final phase, where he teleports away. You can get yourself 1 PPK on that. Alright. And it looks like Nick is starting the second phase. Let's see how his RNG is.
It's not a bad first spot.
The skip.
Oh, well done. So, House got a dialogue skip here. Did you? Basically, if you manage to catch the ninja in, I think it's frame perfect. You can skip one line of dialogue, which results in a faster fight. Pretty ideal. And you see House is just finishing up the ninja fight here with some well-placed shots. Nick starting the final phase here. Very good execution by both of our runners so far. Nick landed himself perfectly to get that PPK in. House is going to make his way to find Meryl now. Nick positioned himself once again. This will be the last PPK.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Good job. Well done, Nick.
Wonderful
Good job.
ninja by both of our runners.
Yes. Very good.
Oh, don't speak too soon.
Oh. The radius for the ninja like blast is huge. A lot of people, like when they first play this game, they'll get caught out. They'll have low life and get caught up by that blast. I've seen it happen on many streams. Okay, House is going to B1 to find Meryl here, and he's going to pick up a very important item.
Yeah.
One that saves many. Wow, it doesn't save a lot of time with the PC run, but it does save a lot of time. He's going to pick up a cardboard box, and he's going to use this for out of bounds. All right, and he makes
How
his
did
way
Meryl
into the
change
bathroom.
that fast? And where is she coming from, by the way?
That's a good question.
Maybe she was in the roof. On the ceiling.
She hit on the ceiling like Spider-Man. Like.
Yeah. It's doing the Die Hard route.
By the way, is any one of you guys doing Psycho Mantis with keyboard, or are you both using a second controller profile?
No. One controller only.
Yeah. There are few people in the speedrun community that use the keyboard for this layout. If you didn't know, unlike the PlayStation version of this game, there is no second port. So what you will have to do is you'll have to use the keyboard for this fight. A lot of runners, what they'll do is they'll use a second controller or rebind their fire key to what is essentially emulating a keyboard press. It's the most efficient way of doing this fight. So it looks like House is just starting the fight. He's going to throw a stun grenade, take down Meryl as soon as possible, and position himself back in the middle there. And what he's going to try and do is he's going to try and get 7 SOCOM shots off on Mantis. After these 7 shots, what he's going to do is he's going to throw a grenade. And this grenade, if timed, or rather placed perfectly, is going to damage Mantis to cause the Meryl phase. However, Meryl is going to be damaged by the blast, so it will skip it. We'll see if he managed to get that right now.
But yes, why couldn't he read your mind, Horse? You are cheating.
Because I have found my actual attack key, which would be square here on the keyboard. So instead of giving actual game, like gamepad input, it's a keyboard that we link to you. Community tools, they're great.
They are absolutely great.
Yes.
If you do have any interest in running any of the Metal Gear games, I do highly recommend joining the MGSR Discord. It's a great place to learn, a great community. I think all of us are part of it and learn a lot from the community there.
I definitely did as well.
Yes. So it looks like Nick is going to throw his grenade now. Also gets the phase skip with Meryl as House enters his final stage of the Mantis fight. Stands nice and safely by that desk.
What?
Look at those physics.
What was that?
Alright, I gotta mute you for a bit. Be right back.
Okay, so as Nick is going to start the next Meryl phase, he's just going to throw Meryl. A single throw is enough to knock her out. He did what's called a throw cancel there, where he'll quickly unequip his weapon, throw, and quickly equip. House to start a box out of bounds here. It's a little bit quicker than dealing with those pesky wolves. They're not wolves, are they? They're half dog, half wolf.
Are they like huskies or something then?
Well, if you
Or
listen
wolf
to the cutscene,
dogs or something?
yeah, they're wolf dogs. If you listen to the cutscene, you will say, but who's got time for that? Nick,
We
do an
don't have
excellent
time for
job.
cutscenes.
Oh, nobody's got time for that. You know, we've got to go fast. We've got to go real fast. Okay, so House has got a difficult skip to perform here. Mara is going to make her way and draw the perfect line through the mines, which House will have to travel down perfectly. Going outside of that line will cause a lot of problems. You see Nick going for the box out of bounds here as well.
Just grab a
sorry,
coffee
Mike,
while Meryl is walking. That will take a while. Grab a coffee, grab something to eat. Maybe she's done when you're coming back.
Yeah, she takes her sweet time drawing a sombrero, a submarine. I've heard many different things.
I always thought it was a submarine.
Yeah,
A car without wheels.
a car without a flying car. It could be.
Yeah.
I guess
Nick got the skip. Nick saved some time now because I messed up the cave skip. It's like 8 seconds he won back now.
Oh really? Oh, okay.
I set
is-
it up, sadly. I had the dialogue happen.
Thank you for telling us how. So basically, that swim glitch that I mentioned before, you can swim out of bounds and skip some dialogue. Unfortunately, House missed that. It is very hard to pull off. Nick managed to get it.
Is
Just
he-
say House ran straight forward. Sorry, Nick.
It's even harder to pull off when you got two people commentating over the top of it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, a lot of runners will sort of count the steps and use audio clues. So it's it's a bit difficult when you've got people talking over the top.
It's-
Only
Did you
apologise.
just grenade the dogs?
No,
It's
no,
only
no.
a stun grenade. It's non-lethal.
It's only a flash.
Yeah, it's fine.
But it's still like it hurts in the eyes. Poor doggos.
Yeah, didn't shoot
I
them.
guess they spend their time in darkness as well, so maybe it's extra damage. Nick making his way out. Meryl has been shot at this point. If you don't know the story beats, I'll sort of explain. Meryl has been shot by a sniper. We know as Sniper Wolf, the next boss. So you have to backtrack all the way back to the start of the game to pick up the PSG-1, the sniper rifle. Sniper rifle is a pivotal piece of equipment for this run because not only does it allow you to progress past the sniper fight, but it also allows you to do a game-breaking glitch called God Mode Exploit, or GME. This basically makes you invulnerable to damage, and it allows you to go out of bounds and perform some other skips later in the game. We'll come to that a little bit later when we see our first indication of it. Before we do get it though, our runners are going to have to acquire the PSG-1 from the armory, and they're going to have to encounter the gatekeeper. So the strategy
The armory
is...
stings.
Yeah, the armory is a horrible place. It's harder than most of the bosses. And what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to throw a stun grenade after getting an alert. Throw the guard, get alerted, throw a grenade, get out of the PSG-1 room with the PSG-1 in hand, land a punch-punch-kick combo after opening the elevator, and get out of there fine. We'll see how House manages to pull this off. So you see there, he gets the alert, he throws his stun grenade, picks up the PSG-1 and both things of ammo, very important, and then makes his way out without getting shots. Perfect. Now he's going to call the elevator. If you didn't know, calling the
He's
elevator
low.
twice. Okay. Gatekeeper's up. House punch kicks him, and away he goes
job.
with the PSG-1
That was
in hand.
really nice
It
armory.
was perfect.
I'm always nervous for this one.
Who wouldn't be? And we're just going to see.
I
Nick
mean,
do the
you
same
could
thing.
also just play Twin Snakes and don't have the backtracking at all.
Yes, that's a very good point, Mo. In Twin Snakes, you don't have to backtrack, which is...
You only have to backtrack a little bit in the room
Yeah.
for Psycho Mantis. There's the PSG-1T, which is the non-lethal version.
Maybe that is better game design, but who am I to say?
Who are
Nick
we to
also-
judge?
Yeah,
exactly. Nick getting the PSG-1 and getting out of there perfectly as well. So both of our runners are on their way back, Sniper Wolf, to save Meryl, as you've all asked.
Sean, here's the chance. Explain the Englishman chat. How does it work?
Okay, right. Well, so the setup here is House is going to cook a shaft past that nuke thing there. Yeah, he's going to walk across the steps. And he's going to aim perfectly, so this guard get alerted by the shaft grenade. He's going to throw the guard and then get away. It looks easy.
And fast
House is doing it
elevator.
really well, and a fast elevator as well. Excellent. It looks easy to pull off. It is so precise that when this was first found, it was not worth pursuing because it had too big a margin for error. We're also going to see Nick do the same strategy here. You see it cooks the shaft, aims himself at an angle which alerts this guard. He walks away to check out the sound, giving Nick the opportunity to throw the guard and making his way through the elevator. So, if you're watching House right now, you're thinking, what the hell's going on? He's just entered GME2 by using the sniper rifle. So from quickly switching from the sniper rifle to any other weapon, he's going to go out of bounds and end up in the Sniper Wolf fight. And she's going to take 2 well-placed shots there. This is pretty nice RNG, I've got to say. Wow. Oh, okay, well done, House. Didn't get that transition shot before she goes behind the pillar.
Dang it.
She is ultra aggressive right now.
There we
Well
go.
done, House.
She doesn't
House.
like you right now. And there we
No.
go.
She could be very aggressive to the start. It was pretty nice RNG to begin with. And we'll see House go out of bounds again. And he's going to trigger this cutscene. Okay, so here, well, Nick starts, you'll see a wolf is ultra aggressive. This happens sometimes. She can just get some shots off on you ultra quickly. Nick managed to get that first shot off on her, which is not easy. Unfortunately, she can wait behind the pillar, which is what's happening here. This game doesn't have a lot of RNG. Both wolf fights are some of the biggest RNG in this game.
Let's go. Torture.
House is gonna not give up for the torture, which is possibly the hardest thing for a speedrunner. Because usually we just say, sorry Meryl, we've got to go fast. But you have asked, save Meryl as a donation incentive.
Yes.
See Nick finishing the wolf fight. Very well done. It was difficult RNG. Basically, Nick had the wolf go behind the pillar twice there, which is some time loss. Unfortunately, there's nothing he can really do about that, but he's going to go into the torture scene here as House is entering his last stage of torture.
She was
Let's hope
not
he
very
can-
nice to me.
She was horrible, wasn't she?
Hey, remember, there's a second one with her that's even worse, possibly.
Oh,
Yes, Wolf
Alright,
2
must
is
remember
even
to-
worse than that.
must
Okay,
not
House
submit.
No, House has managed to survive torture. We're going to see Nick with his button mashing skills. You see, like I said,
Oh, yeah.
PC players don't have the button mashing ability that some console players do. So hopefully Nick and House will be able to survive right here. Okay, so I believe there's 2 torture scenes that you'll have to endure before you're able to get out. Articop will provide you with the catch-up, so you're able to fool poor Johnny here into thinking that you've had a terrible accident. So we'll see. See, I've always said that you can tell a lot about a runner by what they do in the torture scene. You can't really do much. There's nothing that they can do. So you can see House is practicing his infinite combo punch, coming up later against the liquid boss. Some people like to mess around. You can do a little glitch on the bed. You can spin around in circles.
Yeah, I can show it quickly.
Yeah, you can. It's technically it's the same as the vent glitch. You sort of look up and you end up on top of the bed.
By the
There's,
way, isn't this guy in the corner? It looks familiar, but somehow the cell does not.
Again, we're sort of missing the essential story beats of this going so fast. But this is the real DARPA chief. You may recognise him from earlier. That was not the real DARPA chief. That was Decoy Octopus. I know.
We got played like a fiddle.
I'm sorry if that's spoilers, but this is a game that's 23 years old now.
Yep.
Let me check.
1998 was the first
Wow.
release.
Indeed it was.
Yeah. So
It's
House is going
been
to start.
so long.
Yes, the 3rd of September, so it's not even that far that this.
Oh, okay, so it hasn't reached its 23rd birthday yet. House is going to try and survive torture again. Hopefully your thumb's doing okay. Another difference in the PC version is Naomi can't call you and offer you some relief with the DualShock support of the controller because this is PC. So if House is getting hand cramp right now, he's going to have to endure.
Volcanic said, "Give up, you won't do it, no balls."
Exactly. Because we're gonna save the girl, come on.
Wow.
No, Otacon best girl, please.
Kind of is the best.
The people paid for it, so we gotta do it.
That
Thank you
is
so much,
true.
by the way, for donating for this goal.
Yes, it's really appreciated, especially in times like that where homelessness is. I mean, homelessness is really bad, but especially in times like now where pandemic is going on, it's even worse. They don't know where to go. So please let these donations come in. It's for a really good cause. It helps these people out a lot.
Well said, Mario. Okay, so House has survived his torture. Nick going for his final round. You'll notice that our runners will continue to mash the button once the timer ends to keep replenishing the life, as you've seen there. It's the best way to keep yourself alive during the torture scenes, I find. Okay,
Yes.
so Johnny here is been caught short. He's going to have to go to the bathroom, giving Otacon time to deliver some delicious treats to our runners here. What they decide to do with those delicious treats is up to them.
That's
So
how
I think
Otacon is best bay.
He is best bay. Otacon is best.
Yes.
Nick managing to survive the torture. So Meryl has lived. It's a first for me because I always skip the torture.
I've been practicing the torture sequence for this, but this will actually be my first full run ever, where I've saved Meryl.
Wow.
Well, my first speed run ever.
Yes, yeah, this is what you've done. So thank you all for your donations. Okay, so we're going to see how he's going to use the ketchup and smother his body in the ketchup to think Johnny to make Johnny think he's had some sort of accident and open the cell door, giving us a chance to escape and to illustrate the. Is it the biggest time save for the swim glitch? I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, no. Should be.
Okay, so what they're going to do is usually what happens is you pick up your equipment, you go behind the torture equipment and put on your equipment. However, what we're going to do is we're going to swim out the room after picking up the equipment, saving some time. Perfectly done there by House. Well done. He's also going to remember to throw away something because if you save Meryl, there's a bomb in your equipment. Well remembered, because I always forget about that.
Yeah, now do it right now because you can do it later. There is 4 minutes time, I think. So you have a lot of time, and especially in your speedrun, you'll be way later in the game. But I always do it initially because, goddamn, I don't want to forget it.
Yeah, do not. It's an instant death if you do get caught. And sorry, Mary, carry on.
I just want to say, and imagine you're just losing your run to this. Okay, I've just seen Nick doing his funny glitch. What the?
It's so good.
This game is perfectly coded.
Yep, perfectly fine.
We had the joke earlier where I was like, "What's the code of this game?" It's horrible.
Is questionable. The rumor that prevails is the PC port was made by 4 people in the basement. As to the fella Dylan, as to the truth of that is, well, I don't know. We see another Englishman shaft done perfectly there by House. See, I cannot stress this enough. But this strategy was like, yeah, it can be done, but it's too risky. No runner should do it. And you'll see that both of these runners are just like, oh, well, we'll just do that strategy. If it's faster, we'll go for it.
Risky? Pfft, I want the time save.
Exactly.
Who cares if I lose my run?
Exactly. If you lose a run, you can always restart a run, but you can never recapture glory. Or something like to that effect. Again, Nick, perfectly doing the shaft throw as well. So our runners are making their way back to Sniper Wolf's boss arena, and they're going to carry on through the door that they were going to try and get through.
That's definitely intended to walk through walls, right? That this is how a game works.
Yeah, you see, snakes can get into hard-to-reach places.
True! Actually, I never thought about it like that.
Which is the reason.
That is without a doubt the best explanation I've ever heard.
That's the best argument for out of bounds I've ever heard so far.
Okay, so what House is going to do here is he's going to cook a grenade as he goes around this corner. So what should happen is you should walk forward and trigger an alert. But he's going to trigger the alert early, so he saves time with the small cutscene. Now, like I said earlier, you can use the sniper rifle to do something called GME, which basically makes you invincible. So at this point, House cannot be hurt. He's just going to run up these stairs. These guards are going to try and damage him, try and do everything they can to stop him, but it's going to be frivolous. Unfortunately, he's just going to run
That's the god part of God
them.
mode exploit. Yeah.
Yes, that is the god part. Looks like Nick's gone out of bounds. It's so difficult to find that door if you miscount the steps. I don't think I helped by chatting over that.
The cool thing is with Magical Solid Integral, they added that you can also walk in first person. You just got to double tap triangle, and then you are in first person and can also walk and shoot. We did that already at Mantis, or I did. And if you don't find your way in out of bounds, you can try to use that also to find the door again. Yes,
yeah, you could like how said it's a very good technique for getting those shots off against Mantis and sort of finding your way out of bounds, because just looking at a blank screen is somewhat disorientating. Although it's interesting to see the level design from outside of the map.
Yep.
True.
There you go. Nick has managed to find it. It is very hard to find your way back into bounds if you do get out of it. I feel it's worth mentioning as well, if you mess up that out of bounds that Nick just did, it will hard crash the game, which luckily we haven't had. It's happened in some other races. Nick doing that very fast, getting the alert, running straight up. So he's going to start his ascent of the tower in GME, and House is going to go out of bounds one more time. This skips another cutscene, and he's going to equip his rope to start the descent. Now there is the right way to do this, and there is the wrong way to do this. A lot of people, myself included, took far too long to learn how to do this correctly. In fact, House,
I
you
still
were the
don't know
one.
it.
It's difficult to know, but House is one of the people that taught me, actually. You're going to want to jump to this diagonal girder, listen to the cutscene, and what you're going to do is go all the way to the bottom, wait for a tiny amount. Apparently House doesn't wait. You're going to jump to the next girder, go down, and you want to stay on the diagonal girders.
I should have missed this, but I got lucky that I still hit the girder here.
Well done. Yeah, so there's a little bit of luck involved, but you see House has made his way all the way to the bottom very efficiently. He gets damaged with a bit of steam, but what's a bit of steam when you're, Solid Snake, right?
Exactly.
So here as well, he's going to pick up 2 boxes of PSG-1 ammo. This doesn't spawn if your ammo is over a certain amount, but we're going to use this for the Wolf 2 fight, which is coming up shortly. Again, GME makes a lot of the encounters from this point fairly trivial. Those guards can be a real pain to get past if you don't do the GME
Yeah.
glitch. But yeah, with it, it's a walk in the park.
So even at extreme difficulty, as soon as you have the PSG on PC, it's just going forward. So it's really the first half where the difficulty plays in, other than maybe that you need a little bit longer to kill enemies because they have more health. But thanks to this GME exploit, all difficulties, as soon as you have the PSG, are literally the same.
Yeah, by the way,
Go on, Mo.
I just want to say, Chat just pointed out that it's also unfair because Horse is playing with infinite ammo.
No.
Oh, that is a very good point. House has got his bandana on, which gives him infinite ammo.
I just want a tuxedo at the end,
Wow.
you know? Because I did the first ending where I saved Watercon and now we save Meryl. And that gives me in the end both stealth and the tuxedo because I already have the bandana.
See,
But it's
speedrun
also
strats.
unfair.
And I think my game crashed.
Really?
Oh no.
It's dark, nothing's happening.
Where?
In Tower B. That's unusual.
Really? Is it when you swam to miss the...
Yeah,
oh,
when it's run through the thing, yeah. Can't even not tab out shit. Oh, yeah.
okay, this is
Not
a
responding.
new one.
I have
Yeah.
never known the game to crash there.
Yeah, when Mo said earlier that the game is coded quite questionably, there are a myriad of places where it can crash. If you're playing the GOG version, this can be a nightmare for speedrunners because of the amount of places that it can crash. Where House Crash is not one of them. This is definitely a new one, but hopefully House can just load a cutscene here.
Yeah.
He's going
I'm
to
gonna
make his
try it
way
again.
back down, which pretty much puts our runners neck and neck, actually, as they both sort of run down the tower
Even right
here.
now.
So, the race is anyone's game now at this point. You see Nick reaching the tower here. Snake cannot jump down there. If you are a Twin Snakes player, you will notice that jump looks doable, and it is. But in Twin Snakes, they fixed that and made it look like a very fatal drop. Okay, so what the runners are going to do here is they're going to use a swim glitch once more to skip a cutscene. So if they swim past a trigger to another cutscene trigger, it will basically skip that. So what they've done is they've skipped the whole exchange with Otacon here, and now they can ascend up the tower with GME equipped to avoid the security cameras here. Once they reach the top, they will start the hind fight.
quickly point out something. We have 2 different versions of this game. We can buy one on GOG, and then there's also a community-made patch from Reddit. We always say the GOG version is still unstable and crashes a lot, but I just want to quickly point out this is Reddit that I'm running. This time the Reddit patch crashed. That's the first, really.
That's
That is-
very
yeah.
strange.
Indeed.
If you watch a run of this and it crashes, 9 times out of 10 it's the GOG version. The Oxide patch or Reddit patch is a lot more stable, at least we found. So that is very unusual. Okay, so Nick is going to make his way up this ladder and start a hind fight. What he's going to try and do is he's going to try and get a shot off the hind. And before the hind makes its way past Nick, he's going to try and get another shot off on the hind. See, very well done there.
Very satisfying.
It is very satisfying to hear Liquid scream out there. They're going to want to do this 3 times before it transitions to the next stage of the fight. If they do miss any of the stinger shots, it is okay. They can turn around, get a locked-on shot, but of course that is slightly slower. And, you know, these are speedrunners. They want to go as fast as possible here.
You know, some
Okay.
people say it's difficult to get all these in, but I say just practice more. Come on.
I say it is quite difficult.
Get good.
So. Perhaps I should follow House's
I mean,
advice and get good.
This is how you get world records. Just get good.
Yeah, get good.
Yeah.
If there's ever been any advice, if you want a world record in speedrun, then get good is a House's advice. There you go. So we're starting the next stage here. The hind will fire a missile. We're unaffected because of the GME. We stand around how we want. And what the trick here is to fire the stinger missiles before the hind descends down. You don't want to fire too early because there'll be iframes for the hind. If the hind does descend down the tower where it's unable to be shot, you'll have to wait before he's able to come back up and you'll fire again, wasting time. Both runners here doing a textbook job of keeping the hind above the tower and keeping those shots going. Once they do run out of ammo, they will pick up the drop one more time, and that's the fight. Both runners did exceedingly well there, and what they picked up the extra ammo there to deal with the next fight, which is Wolf 2, which honestly is where a lot of the RNG for this game comes in. We'll talk about that fight as it comes up, I guess.
Wolf 2 is easily the worst fight in the game.
Yeah,
It's the
very
most RNG heavy.
Yeah, it's a lot of these bosses are their routes are predefined, but there are several different a lot of different iterations that Wolf 2 can be. Some of them good, some of them awful. To be fair. So we're going to see House here. Sorry, Nick, pick up the close stinger missiles because he didn't pick that up earlier. House is going to have to go for the further stinger missiles because he picked a pack before going to
I
the
wanted to
hind
be
fight.
sure.
Yeah,
Especially after a crash, like...
Absolutely, yeah. It's a bit risky to not pick it up, but sometimes those risks pay off, as you'll see by Nick edging ahead the lead, and they're going to walk down towards Wolf 2's arena. But not before they do one more out of bounds, because, wow, these guys are speedrunners here. Well, if you can go out of bounds, they're going to do it. So again, by using GME 2, they're going to enter GME 2, walk through the door, drop down to the next floor, and then walk back into the room to basically be outside in Wolf 2's arena. You'll see Nick is about to attempt it now. So he waits for the door to open, goes into GME 2, drops down the floor, and there he is in the Wolf 2 arena, getting shot by Wolf. And you see House does the same thing. Excellent work. And both of them will start Wolf 2. We'll see how this fight goes up. So basically what our runners are going to do is they're going to use the Stinger missile launcher to see where the position of Wolf is. You kind of want her to stick on the one side. I prefer left, a couple of other runners don't. Yeah, some things can be quite bad. What you don't want to see is her run one way and then double back on herself. When she goes behind a tree, our runners are going to use the Stinger missile launcher to lure her out. What you're seeing House do here is he's going to try and get a leading shot of the sniper rifle. If you do get a leading shot, she will carry on to the next tree or wherever she's going, which is the quickest loop, I'd say. You see House has ran out of sniper rifle bullets here, so he's going to have to rely on the Stinger for the rest of the fight.
Let's go!
Let's
9
go.
seconds saved.
Nice.
Good work. And we'll see Nick getting his last shot, and he's going to swim out there to save a little bit of time, so you don't have to wait there with Snake holding his head while his life increases. We're going to see one more out of bounds here. This area is a nightmare if you play casually, but you just go out of bounds and go through this door, saving an incredible amount of time. House is going back in to make sure the elevator is at the top. So what we're going to see here is an elevator fight. It's a very interesting strat. I think you guys should watch it, to be honest, and I'll explain it after. Okay, excellent work by House. So, as you see Nick do it, he's going to place the last C4 that we have on the ground via 2 Stinger missiles. Unfortunately, it doesn't get the other guard. It's awkward sometimes. And then he's going to explode the C4 for the third guard to be blown off the elevator, thus ending the fight. Beautiful strat found by Pazzo there, a good member of our community. The alternative would be to punch, kick all the guards off the railing, but that strategy that you've seen is a lot faster. Nick on scarily low life there. I did almost choke by inhaling a bit too fast there. Okay, and both our runners are going to go down to fight Raven. Now, Raven is one of the most difficult fights of this round. Well, yes, he would be if you're playing this casually. Unfortunately, GME makes this fight so trivial, it's unbelievable. Nick expertly showing one of our old techniques here called the worm. In the 80% run, we used to use the worm to get through or skip the Wolf 2 fight entirely. It's been replaced by the swim glitch. But still is fondly in some of the hearts of some runners. Okay. So House is about to start the Raven fight. So what he's going to do is he's going to get his SOCOM out after going into GME. And he's going to get one shot off. Now, by sheer coincidence, the perfect amount of Nikita ammo is in our runner's inventory to beat Raven. They're going to use their light indicator of the Nikita to know when to shoot, as they don't get any iframes. As soon as the light blinks twice, that's when they can shoot, or rather when Raven's iframes end. You see there, House, perfect job of that. Nick going through the fight here.
I just read something which could be really interesting.
I know, I have the high alerts ones, don't worry.
Okay, because King of the Beast hau5test is gonna get rid of alerts.
Oh, is that what you just checked? Oh, I see. Nick beating Raven there. Okay, so I'll explain the idea of the docs and getting the alerts from earlier.
Yep.
You want to have 11 alerts by the time you get back down to the bottom of Rex's layer. The reason is, when you get the POW key shut out of your hand at the top, you need at least 11 alerts for the POW key to be in the drainage ditch. If you have any lower, then what happens is this pesky rat will go, that's a tasty POW key, and run off with it. And it is a nightmare for speedrunners to get this POW key once the rat has it. If you're lucky, you can get a stinger shot off on it, and it's no big deal. But the rat is notorious for just running away from runners, spending a long time in the pipes where you can't get him. So luckily, House, after his crash, is loaded save with high alerts. So we will have for the prerequisite 11 alerts when he goes back down.
Shoutouts to B-Man in our community who did an awesome work, like with the tool, to set core affinity, which was a problem. The game crashed if you were not giving enough cores. It's an old game after all. Safe packs for us, and also recently now safe packs with high alerts. So we just found out at the end of 2020 that it's actually beneficial to have these high alerts.
Yes.
Awesome work from the man.
Do we have a second, or is it really?
Sure. No.
So first of all, I'd like to thank Samurai 40k for his tier 1 subscription. And also, we have a $5 donation from Heidi Hihi with no comment. Thanks a lot for that.
Thanks, Heidi.
Thanks, Heidi.
Thank you, Heidi. Okay, so as our runners get back down, there are going to be several locations that the POW key can be. Of course, this is an RNG element right now. And we're going to see what position our runners get. So, House has got the best RNG.
Oh, of course he has.
Right under that bridge, please.
Sorry, mate. This is the
Wow.
comeback for the crash, right? This is
Yeah, seems
the
that
game's
way.
sorry.
So Nick is going to go through the positions. He picks up the bomb, unfortunately, which is going to waste some time. But he's going to cycle through the various positions that the POW key could be.
Oh my days!
unfortunately-
I've got the worst.
Really? Oh no, that's so. It makes a
Oh.
30-second difference, really.
Yeah, it's painful.
huge. Yeah. This is
Wolf
definitely
2
a run killer.
Yeah, if Wolf 2 is a big RNG decider of this, the POW key is the
There it
other
is.
big one, which kills runs. So right there, you've seen the two extremes that this run can give you. The POW key in the best position, and the POW key in the worst. There might be some of you that say, well, why don't you just go and do the other one first? That's not how we do things, okay? Right, the run order is there.
We have a set path we are going.
Exactly.
Yeah. You have
Speed
6
runners
on the
don't like
left
to
and
be
1
here.
on the right, so you always start with the
Exactly.
one that on the left. Oh man.
Oh wow. Okay. So I missed some speed tech there, but we'll see it executed again by Nick. Basically, what Nick is going to do is he is going to run into the command room with his POW key equipped, getting an alert from the camera. Now, the cutscene will stop the alert from triggering. So he gets the POW key in. Then he's going to hold L2, equip his key card, and he's going to do the swim glitch as he exits out, so he isn't stopped in place as he exits the command room. Very well done by both runners. Yet again, we'll see another iteration of that for the hot key. Sorry, for the cold key. House is making his way to the Ravens boss fight room here. And basically, he's got to wait 61 seconds for the key to get cold. He's going to go and pick up some niceties from the floor. You're going to need a number of stinger bullets before he goes against Rex a little bit later. Spoilers again, for those who don't know the boss order or what even happens in this game. Okay, and you see House here. He's going to wait by the door until the 61 seconds are up. It's worth mentioning that another run killer here is if you leave this room early, it's a run killer straight up. You're going to have to go back into the room and wait another 61 seconds. Or wait the
problem
whole
is-
61 seconds.
Yeah, usually we have live split open, we see how much time we spend in this room. But because I needed to restart the game and everything, split is not going. So I have to listen to the audio right now. But it's very simple. There's a low note, and as soon as the voices come in again, we're good to go. I'm gonna check still. There we go. It's cold.
Nice. Yeah, if you're in a race environment, it's always best to just check that card. What you don't want is to go all the way to the top of Rex's lair, find out you didn't heat or cool or heat the key properly.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did this happen before?
never happened before.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's happened before.
I think on a league, like for those that don't know, we also do leagues in between tournaments in our community, and we have seen actually a lot of those problems we just described today in the race here. Thankful, like nobody had the wrong key. I think that has not happened. Thankfully, most people are like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait 62 seconds just to make sure.
Yeah, a lot of people played it safe. Just because, like I said, it's a run ender. Even if you were minutes ahead, your run would be dead right there. Okay, so we're going to see House go and insert his hotkey. We're going to see a very similar strategy. He's going to get the alert from the camera, but it's not going to be a bother because the POW key cutscene will trigger first. He's going to equip his key, and he's going to do the swim glitch straight out of there, so he isn't wasting any time. If you're just joining us, the swim glitch is executed by switching between weapons. House is using the stun grenade and the shaft grenade. I didn't explain this before, but they're bound to 8 and 9 on the keyboard. So what he's going to do is just going to rapidly press those two keys together. That's as simple as the glitch is.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I will just chime in one last time because unfortunately, because of some personal stuff going on with me and because we are behind, I have to leave early in the run. It was a blast being with you. The race was amazing to watch so far. I hope everyone else enjoys the rest of the marathon, the rest of the race. Again, keep those donations coming in. It's for a really good cause, especially in times like that with COVID-19. And I will be giving over to Xenaris. So, bye
Thanks
bye,
for joining
everyone.
us.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
so much
me.
for
It
joining
was
us.
amazing.
It's been a pleasure. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
See you soon.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Mayu. And hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going? Tell me
It's
about
going
it.
great. We have only one problem, as Chad has actually correctly pointed out, because I loaded a save. These save packs were made where we were automatically giving up. So I will not have the mirror ending anymore, sadly. I will have the Otacon ending. So we have
Oh,
both
you
best
will.
girls now. How about
That
that?
is, yeah, wow. I guess
super.
both endings is pretty nice. That's a shame. But I guess it's just part of the course where the game does crash sometimes. It is a problem, but fortunately we do have the save packs. So House was fortunate enough to be able to load that and keep the race going. You see both of our runners are now making their way to the blast furnace to heat their key, which is the last PAL key before we get to the dramatic conclusion of Metal Gear Solid. But not
Yeah,
before
we're
having
gonna
to wait.
defuse, right? Rex will be deactivated because we inserted all 3 PAL keys.
That is true.
Let me go
Yes,
home.
that is what I believe. Inserting all 3 PAL keys will deactivate Metal Gear. And we'll see how that pans out for our runners. They will have to wait another 61 seconds inside the blast furnace for the key to heat up. Of course, this is a lot of back and forth in the run. A lot of runners find this quite tedious, going all the way back to the blast furnace, heat their key. There are a few runners that are searching desperately for a skip, as of no luck. But if you feel brave enough, if you want to throw your hat into the ring, feel free to download the BMN launcher, get some save packs, and give it a go. It's a great game to run. If you've never speedrun and never done a speedrun before, it's a great game to get involved with first, especially with the lack of RNG, despite me talking about Wolf 2 and the PAL key. So yeah. Right, we're just going to see House wait out. It's 61 seconds. Unfortunately, in the blast furnace, there isn't much you can do. It's not like you can run around, pick up some items for a bit. So we're just going to wait for all of those 61 seconds.
House, you should go and get that ration. It's right there. It's right there. It's got your name on it. It's like, House, come pick me up.
There is a ration.
For those that don't know, here on the side, that's where the ration is.
Yeah,
But, there's the lava. I'm like, ah.
It's very, very
I don't wanna.
risky.
I don't wanna.
No, I do not recommend getting it. Okay. Are you still using audio cues for yours, House?
Yeah.
Nice.
Should be done now.
We're going to see House
There we go.
double check there just to make sure. So you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
just look at the picture of the key card as you equip the item, just to make sure that it is hot or it's just red, to make sure of that. And now he's going to make his way all the way back to Rex's lair. Again, it's a lot of backtracking, but then we'll see the dramatic conclusion of Metal Gear Solid. You'll see, I didn't mention this before, but House is going to initiate GME level 2 by quickly switching between his sniper rifle and stun grenades. And what this does is it skips a codec scene that's going to happen. Now, I said earlier that you can just skip codec cutscenes by pressing start. You can. However, it's slow to press select and press start, so he's going to skip it entirely and just not deal with that at all. Again, these runners want to go as fast as possible to get this run done.
Can't be called if you're in guard mode.
Exactly.
Do not disturb.
Yeah, I wish my phone had this god mode.
I mean, I had it on plane mode, but didn't allow me to fly, sadly. So gotta stay home.
I'm sure lots of people have tried here. There is a turret here that Nick's just ran past, and it is entirely RNG if you get shot or not. It's based on its position as you sort of enter this room. Fortunately, Nick didn't get shot, which is nice to see. Because I feel like it always gets me, to be honest, despite being RNG. But maybe that's just confirmation bias.
You go through that room 3 times, so you've got 3 opportunities to get shot by it. And I'm pretty sure, like, throughout like the hundreds of runs I've done, I've only ever had it not shoot me at all like twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem skewed slightly towards shooting you, despite being RNG. These guards in Raven's room are terrible. Well, at all. So House is going to make his way into Rex's lair for his final ascent up Rex before he inserts the final power key and saves the day, stops the terrorist threat, and that'll be the run, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever pays you.
Yeah, definitely nothing else that's going to happen. There is a lone guard patrolling Rex that is going to try and stop House from getting into the command room, but it's going to be no problem for House and Nick here. Nick dodging those bullets with his nice little twinkle toes there. Actually, you throw a stun grenade for this guard, don't you?
Yeah, you can shoot him down with your SOCOM, but the problem is sometimes you gotta hold the attack button and the crouch button. And if you don't do it in the correct order, you lie on the floor instead, lose time, and sometimes even the cycle. So I always opted now these days, when I have them, to just throw the stun. Also, we're not done yet. What's going on here? What the hell?
Oh my god, it looks like what has happened is instead of disarming Rex, it's actually armed Rex.
Oh no! We've been tricked!
Oh no! Yes, we've been tricked once again after hundreds of runs.
Wow, House. I can't believe Liquid played you like that. That's...
That hurts. Now I gotta take the longer walk. Oh man.
So, House is going to trigger the next boss fight, which is Metal Gear Rex itself. Fortunately, with the help of GME, this is going to be another trivial fight. And he's going to aim his stinger straight at the radome, get his shots all off. Yeah, it really trivializes a lot of these boss fights here. What you see Nick doing there is he's gone in first-person mode because the second you get a codec call, it takes you out of first-person mode, and it helps you answer a little bit quicker. Again, well, it's all about speed, these things. Nick is about to start Metal Gear Rex there. As House is just waiting for the second phase to start. You can't do anything here. Grey Fox is going to give a whole monologue. Grey Fox being the ninja from earlier. Also a good friend of Solid Snakes, if your friends involve fights in Zanzibar. Okay, so here is the last phase of Rex 2, where House is just going to unload Stinger missiles at Liquid. And there we go, that's the fight. Okay, so the last boss is Liquid Snake, and it can be an easy enough fight if you have the right rhythm. So what our runners are going to do is they're going to try and get the perfect rhythm to execute infinite punches. It looks easy to pull off. I assure you it is not. Perfectly straight there by House. It's more of a galloping motion. So what our runners are going to do is they're going to get Liquid into a position where he is sort of locked against the sides or can't move, and they're going to try and execute a perfect infinite punch. Let's see how House gets on here. So he's going for a technique called the two throw, and there you go. See, he's got him in sort of an animation stun here where he can't fall off the edge. He's just sort of walking into House's punches. And like I said, this isn't easy to execute. It's like a galloping motion on the controller, messing up the tempo. It can cause Liquid to get away. There you go. Perfectly executed, and now House is just going to do one more PPK to get him off. Liquid is being a little pain in the ass. And there we go. Nick is going for the no throw, which is a really difficult technique. Gets it very well. This is excellently done by both runners. And you can see here again, Nick has got perfect tempo, perfect rhythm here, and got Liquid right against the edge. So when that final blow is landed, he's right off the edge, and we're going to go to the final bit, which we call the escape bit. It's so unusual to see Meryl here. We never see Meryl at this bit. Okay, so for those of you that are watching House's screen, he's got Archon starting the car. Those of you watching Nick's screen, Meryl is going to start the car here. And the aim of the game is to get out. There's a couple of well-placed barrels which guards seem to stand next to, despite the heavy artillery on this vehicle.
They missed the lesson on work security.
Yeah, they did. I think they missed a lot of that, especially with the electric floors. But here we are.
Yeah.
House is going to blow up these barrels, so Otacon can continue to drive for Nick here. It's going to be Meryl. Very well done. You want to sort of position your rifle, the gun at a certain position, shoot both those barrels so you can proceed. And then the last stage of guards is 3 guards that you want to shoot a number of times. It can be a bit tricky, but very well done by House there. You did it, Snake, and they're going to drive. Need to drive. What you want to try and do is your sort of gun sweeps. You want to sort of hit the 2 guards before you focus on the one. Very well done there by Nick. And they're going to go to the last stage here, where Liquid is not dead. He's back for more after taking stingers.
Unbelievable.
An unbelievable amount of punches, which could stop any man. He's now back for more. And he's going to attempt to take down Solid Snake one more time. Contrary to popular belief, this is not an auto-scroller section. There is a certain number of hits that you will have to get on Liquid before this stage ends. So both of our runners here are going to try and perfectly position themselves so they can get these shots off easier. Liquid will sort of swerve out the way of the gun, so our runners are going to try and position their rifle in the opposite lane and then bring it over to Liquid to get those shots on easier. House is in the final stage here. Just got to get a couple more shots off on Liquid. And Nick, also relatively close. This is it's almost time for House here.
Get ready for time as soon as the score appears on screen.
Yeah, as soon as the score screen comes up, that's time. Nick, not too far behind. He is also finished the game now. It's purely a mashing exercise or button holding exercise at this point. And that's time for House. Nick, not far behind. Remember, House did load a save, and that's
Time
for Nick as well.
That was so close. GG, man. Well done.
Yeah, that was unbelievably close. Remember as well, House did have to load his saves, so the final score screen here is not an accurate time. But very well done to both of the runners there. Incredible to commentate. Hopefully it was incredible to watch. I bet it was incredible to run as well.
Yeah. It was really tricky. In the end, Liquid ran away a little bit. Small things. My game crashed. At least I had the luck. But in the end, it was a few seconds apart. And that's the best races, I think. Hope you all have fun out there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, of course, also to UKSG for having us here for this event. It was a great honor, great pleasure. And I hope you all liked the game out there.
Yeah, this has been an absolute blast. So again, thank you to everyone at UKSG for hosting this great event, for inviting us along. Yeah, if you really like Metal Gear Solid and you want to get you're interested in speedrunning it, then please check out metalgearspeedrunners.com. Join us on the Metal Gear Speedrunners Discord and learn some games, because this is a great series and it's got loads of great games for you to learn.
Absolutely. And of course, also all 3 of us are streaming. All 3 of us are also speedrunning Metal Gear Solid, but also other games. So check out our Twitch, of course, and we'll see you hopefully in chat again.
Excellent. Thank you both, guys. I'd just like to echo that. Thank you so much for hosting us. And I believe the next run coming up is Treasure Island. So stick around.
Very nice.
I believe that is true. Yes, it is indeed. And yeah, thanks again, you 3. It was very entertaining. Before I leave you off, though, I got one more donation for you here. We got $10 from Bravest3mo saying, "This is a great run on a chill Sunday. Thank you, runners and commentators."
Thank you so much.
So, yeah. Some people most of them, I believe. Quite enjoyed this race. So good job, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, like mentioned, next up is Treasure Island. But before that, we are going to head into a quick intermission, and we will be right back with you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.